Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel. In recent years, it is not difficult to come across stories about land fever, housing fever in Vietnam, from north to south, creating a shock in the real estate market. However, the interesting thing is that, not only in Vietnam, but also in countries facing economic crises, the real estate fever continues to occur. A typical example is Sri Lanka, a South Asian country that is falling into a serious economic, political and social crisis, but still attracts the attention of investors, including foreigners. This sounds quite confusing, right? Sri Lanka, where people's lives are facing great difficulties, from food and fuel shortages to currency crises, but the real estate market is still not quiet. The truth is, despite the country's many problems, the property boom is still happening against the grain, not only for the local people, but also attracting international investors. So, what has created this phenomenon despite the crisis? Is it an opportunity for those who know how to seize the moment? Let's find out why a country in dire straits like Sri Lanka can witness such a boom in the property market. Sri Lanka, famous worldwide for its lush green tea hills and vast tea fields, is not only a destination for tea lovers but also a place that attracts luxury real estate investors. Here, luxurious villas located on picturesque tea hills have become one of the attractive highlights of the Sri Lankan real estate market. If you browse real estate websites in Sri Lanka, you will surely easily come across images of villas hidden on tea hills. With a wide view of the mysterious Indian Ocean, these villas not only have large areas but also possess prime locations. Isolated, completely separate from the surrounding areas, providing absolute privacy for the owner. With modern and luxurious designs, these villas can make anyone admire. In particular, their prices are not cheap, up to millions of US dollars, but they are a bargain for those looking for a classy living space in harmony with nature. And this is just a small part of the countless other luxury real estates spread across Sri Lanka, especially along the coastal areas. From villas on tea hills to coastal resorts, Sri Lanka is gradually becoming an ideal destination for international real estate investors, where not only the natural beauty but also the value of luxury properties is increasingly enhanced. Sometimes, luxury villas in Sri Lanka are not only for use, but also for sale to foreign investors. International buyers, especially from Europe and the Middle East, are looking to own luxury villas, both as a vacation home and as a profitable investment. And if you think prices in Sri Lanka seem soft, you might want to think again. According to real estate brokers here, a luxury house in the capital Colombo can cost up to 500,000 United States dollars, equivalent to more than 11 billion Vietnamese dongs. Notably, in Sri Lanka, the unit of area is often in the British standard, foot. So when converted to square meters, the average price for luxury houses ranges from 100 million to 165 million Vietnamese dongs per square meter. This price is not cheap, especially when looking at coastal villas, those with 3 to 4 bedrooms. The price can be from 1 million to 5 million United States dollars, not a small number. But if you choose villas that are not located near the sea but still have a private swimming pool, the price can be softer, from about 270 United States dollars. Compared to the real estate market in Vietnam, this price is not too different, especially for villas located on beautiful beaches, where the value of the property is not cheap at all. In fact, both Vietnam and Sri Lanka have similar socio-economic characteristics, so the real estate price in both countries is not too different. This shows that, whether in Sri Lanka or Vietnam, the luxury real estate market is always attractive to international investors looking for profits and the opportunity to own high-class properties.
Returning to the story of Sri Lanka, it is undeniable that this country has undergone dramatic changes since 2009, when the civil war ended. Since then, Sri Lanka's infrastructure has begun to develop strongly, leading to a comprehensive transformation in terms of economy and society. Tourism has become a key industry, attracting millions of international visitors, and gradually Sri Lanka has emerged as an attractive real estate destination for foreign investors. Despite concerns about security or natural disasters, Sri Lanka not only has great natural beauty but also possesses a warm climate all year round. Pristine beaches, amazing tropical forests, and picturesque rice fields. Moreover, the people here all speak English, creating an ideal environment for foreigners to not only travel but also seek investment opportunities and settle down permanently. One of Sri Lanka's biggest attractions is its perfect combination of natural beauty and friendly people. Foreign investors, especially from Europe, often look for beachfront properties or luxury villas in the hills. especially around the capital Colombo. Over the past decade, the southern coast of Sri Lanka has become a popular destination not only for tourists but also for those who want to own a luxury vacation home. Along with that, the demand for real estate in other major cities of Sri Lanka has also increased, making the real estate fever never cool down. The interest of international buyers is increasingly diverse, especially from countries such as Germany, France and Italy, with the number of buyers increasing. Previously, buyers were mainly from the UK and the Netherlands, partly because Sri Lanka was a colony of the UK and the Netherlands during the colonial period. Therefore, Sri Lankans can speak English fluently, facilitating real estate transactions. Interestingly, although the majority of customers come from Europe, a large number of these investors are living in major financial areas such as Hong Kong, Singapore or China. This shows that Sri Lankan real estate is not only attractive to those who love to travel, but is also the choice of international investors looking for profitable opportunities from the real estate market that is growing strongly in this country.
In addition to investors from Europe, a notable trend is the increase in customers from Australia and New Zealand. They come to Sri Lanka because they see countries in Southeast Asia and South Asia as increasingly attractive with many new opportunities. In particular, there is a group of foreign customers living in Sri Lanka, mainly from Canada, Australia, the UK and the US, who also contribute to the excitement of the real estate market here. However, when the pandemic broke out, many people were worried that the real estate fever in Sri Lanka would decrease. Indeed, at that time, the demand of international customers decreased sharply, affecting the market, but on the contrary, it was during this difficult period that local people rushed to invest in real estate. Despite the pandemic, international real estate owners, unable to find tenants, were forced to sell their properties. This is an opportunity for Sri Lankans, who are starting to hunt for real estate, including luxury villas. With the rupee depreciating, Sri Lankans are looking at luxury real estate as a hedge against inflation. They hope that, once the pandemic is over, they can sell these properties to international investors for US dollars, rather than the weak rupee. However, while house prices in Sri Lanka have continued to rise sharply in 2021, the market is not entirely easy. The pandemic restrictions have affected the economy and the tourism sector, the main driver of the real estate market in Sri Lanka. Now, even with money, owning real estate in Sri Lanka is no longer easy. The market has slowed down, and many owners are no longer hopeful of selling their properties when demand is not as strong as before. Current investors are probably just focusing on the rice pot, trying to maintain and overcome the crisis, instead of pursuing their investment dreams. Many property investors previously believed that once the pandemic was over, they would be able to sell their properties to international investors and earn foreign currency or strong US dollars. However, this prospect now seems far-fetched. In fact, the situation in Sri Lanka is not as easy as before. Many people, even those with large assets, are worried about domestic instability, while the residences of the president and prime minister cannot be guaranteed. What about the houses or real estate of the people? The country is going through difficult times, and perhaps this is a wake-up call not only for Sri Lanka but also for other countries. Just a few years ago, Sri Lanka was considered a paradise for international property investors, where foreigners from all over came to buy houses and invest. But now, the country is in a serious crisis, and everything seems unpredictable. Surely at this time, both real estate investors and Sri Lankan people can only wait and pray for the country to stabilize soon. They hope that one day, the current difficulties will pass and the real estate market will recover. Through this video, you can better understand the real estate situation in Sri Lanka, as well as the land fever movement that has taken place here in recent years. Thank you for watching today's video on the 5 Minutes of Discovery information channel. If you find the information useful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Goodbye and see you again.